Hello everyone, what's going on? Rec here, and welcome to Team Fortress 2. Today we're being playing as the Slottier. We're going to be using the direct hit, the gunboats, which you can't see are on my feet, but they are on my feet, believe me or not, they are there, and the Market Gardener. I wanted to just play some Soldier and get a TF2 video out today, just because, hey, TF2 is a lot of fun. Like, everyone thought that, you know, Overwatch is going to be the killer of TF2, and it's not. To be honest, some people are trying to say that TF2 is the killer of Overwatch. So I guess this video is just going to turn out to be like an opinions on Overwatch. Bye, NG. Oh. Hi, buddy. Wanna share something here? Hi. I was like solo kill all those. So yeah, Overwatch is a lot of fun of a game. If you haven't bought it, I highly recommend you do actually, but don't make sure if you don't, I mean the Origins Edition, which is the $60 version for PC. It gives you a couple of skins, and to be in all honesty, most of them look mediocre at best. You can unlock ones that I think personally look a little bit better. Some of them are nice looking. I mean, they have their flavor to them, but they're just not like not worth $20 more on a game. You know what I mean? So there's that. But make sure you buy the $40 version for PC. If you're on consoles, I'm sorry, you have to buy the $60 version. As far as I know, it's the only version available. But that engineer just flat out missed harder than anyone can miss. It's definitely worth it. It is a lot of fun to play, especially if you get, you know, like 3 or 4 friends who all decide to buy it as well. It's just gonna be, you know, the most fun you and your buds can have for the time being. And that you can still get that the open beta for Overwatch is actually still open until this Wednesday. So in 2 days from this video going up, there will still be the Overwatch open beta happening, so make sure if you want to play it, go get it. You're gonna have fun. I'm gonna die. Yep, dead. Go get it. It's a lot of fun. It's seriously a ton of fun. Every hero is balanced. We'll put that with major quotes around that. But most of the game is actually pretty fun. So if you wanted a game that's like TF2, but you need a break from TF2, go play Overwatch. Seriously though, like, Overwatch is, for a lot of people in the TF2 community that I have talked to, they all agree that Overwatch is kind of not so much a godsend, but like the best way I can clear it is if like you're sick and your nose is plugged, and then like you go and you get some like medication, and then your nose is no longer plugged. That's not how it feels to play TF2 after playing Overwatch. It just feels like fresh, new. You play. I'm trying to kill these sentries! These damn engineers! This engineer's like, oh yeah, I'll just, you know, come pistol-less, nerd. No, you won't, actually. Okay, we're not gonna win this. Anyway. But yeah, go get Overwatch. It is a ton of fun. Like, it is going to be a bunch of fun for you. Moving past getting Overwatch, coming back from it, after playing it for some number of, at least in the double digits of hours, the game may be close to 20 at this point, it does get boring. That's a key problem. It's a very big problem with Overwatch. It's good to play like, oh, let's go play Overwatch for like the first, you know, 20 hours. And it's fun. It's live. It's everything. But then it starts to tail off pretty hard for me. Like, I'll still play with my friends, especially if I have 6 of my mates and we're all going to go play a game. It's still a lot of fun to go play, but it's not the, you know, it's not a game that I personally want to just go play by myself. No, I'd rather go play TF2 or Dota. I'm even gonna go as far as saying I'd boot up CS:GO before I play Overwatch by myself. I don't find it very fun alone. And maybe that's nothing to do with the game. Maybe that's just me, but that's how I feel on that. This engineer is just in a seat wrangling. Got him. their whole team is now Pyros. So it's one of those games that it does start tailing off for me. And some community members have gone as far. I was looking at the Reddit, or the Team Fortress Reddit this morning, and someone said, Team Fortress 2, the Overwatch killer, which was a parody on a post that happened about 2 or 3 months ago, where it said Overwatch, the TF2 killer. Because everyone was so hyped about TF2, or about Overwatch, they all went to go play Overwatch, and a lot of people are coming back from it saying, it's okay. It's definitely fun, but for a lot of competitive players, like for me, being one of them, it doesn't fit the niche that I have for competitive TF2. Let's see if I can... This ain't good. I didn't kill it fast enough. However, I can out-damage this heavy. I had to slap that spy. Sorry, this is just too good of a moment to just spend. The heavy's not happy. Okay, moving on. From how I feel about TF2. TF2 is a terrible game, don't buy on. TF2 is the worst game ever. No, TF2 is a great game. But for me, just Overwatch just kind of lacks the longevity that TF2's had. Longevity. Yeah, I think I pronounced that right. Because for me, TF2 has always had a niche in my life. Yeah. It always had a niche for me, so TF2 has always been, something that I always just kind of hop on and play. So, it's never been something that's just been like, oh, I'm never gonna play. Or I'll move away from TF2 and play Overwatch for the rest of my life. Overwatch doesn't have that. Overwatch is fun. To me, I can compare it to like a Call of Duty. It's a good break from TF2, but it will not be TF2 for me. I don't know about that. That's not how I feel. I do feel that it is something that definitely is, like I said, probably at least 48 times this video. It's fun, but not going to replace it for me. Well, mother of spies. I see 3 in frame right now, and pyros. Yeah. So there's all of that fun rantingness moved forward. We're still playing some TF2 though. I feel like that I haven't played a lot of TF2 on video for a while. It's been mostly streams and live streams that I've actually played TF2. None actually have been recording in a long ass time. So to play some is actually a lot of fun. If I want to talk about Overwatch for a quick second, Overwatch has made TF2 a lot of fun for me. In times of late, because for a while it was like, oh, I need to get better, and then I'm playing Overwatch and everyone sucks. You come back to TF2 and you feel good. You feel really good. But it's just, you're good. You're good at this game again, and you feel like, the bigger one that I know a lot of people have said whilst talking to me and a couple other people, we've all kind of agreed, most of me and my team, except for like my spy who's like, Overwatch is godsend, everyone loves Overwatch. Overwatch is the giant tentacle monster from our universe, from Futurama, kind of thing, have said that it's a lot of, Overwatch is chaotic to us, because we never played it, obviously, and when you play it with a bunch of your friends, and you've all played TF2 for somewhere between 1,500 and 5,000 hours, you go and play Overwatch, and you're all on the same playing field, and you're just like, what the hell is going on? I don't even know. Someone ulted, someone got a pentacle, what the hell is going on? And going into TF2 again, you come in and you're just like, I understand this. That's a sentry. Sentries can kill me. That's a bombing soldier. Bombing soldiers 9 times out of 10 lead to my instantaneous death. Hey, that soldier has a rocket jumper. You know what the rocket jumper does? It doesn't do damage. Stuff like that, where it's super easy to just be able to know what's going on comparatively to Overwatch, where you're just like, I think they have a Junkrat? And I think that Junkrat might be coming to kill me. Or Bastion is easy. I went out of the map, dang. Oh, and so far the map I can see the edge of this roof. Roof. Top of the building. But for a lot of things, that's just how it was. It was just like, it was so chaotic to us. We're just like, you know, what the hell is going on around us? And as you play, of course, you start to pick up on, okay, you know, Reaper's coming in for his ult as normal. He's, you know, cloaking or going invulnerable behind us, and then he's going on the point or behind where a bunch of us are standing. He's coming for an ult. We can tell that. I wish I would have seen who was that was Turd Dick McGorner. Yeah, muted. Nerd. So yeah, for me it was just like, or for like that, it's just coming to TF2, it's like controlled atmospheres, everyone. Spy, why? See, this is why you record death cams, because stupid shit happens. 555. Oh yeah, one thing. Another train of thought. 4,000. That is happening there. But coming to TF2, like, especially like one of the first games I played back was a competitive scrim, because we had settled scrims before Overwatch, the beta had come on. We all started playing it like no lives for 20 hours and not touch TF2 for 3 days. Playing a scrim in TF2, yeah, we were all a bit rusty, granted, but man, was it fun! Like it was such a controlled atmosphere, and it was just a lot of fun to play. Even I think we lost that one. Even so, it was fun. Because it was like, I can understand and comprehend what's going on, which made it a lot of fun. So, there's that. I would definitely say, though, one thing. If there's going to be another class-based first-person shooter that has somewhat similar tones to TF2, first of all, before you start making accusations that it's going to replace TF2, I would say, look at the history of other class-based shooters that have been also rumored to replace TF2. There's been like 5. And they've all fallen off literally the face of the earth. Most of them aren't even updated anymore. One of the most notable ones was Super Monday Night Combat was one of the big ones, as well as, which even had its own promo items in TF2. And the other one was, I believe, Battlefield Heroes. Funnily enough, it was the EA-sponsored, like, teen version of Battlefield. It was pretty good. It had like all the key elements of Battlefield, but it was much more casual. I mean, I played it for a little while TF2 wasn't working for me, so more or less while TF2 was not running on my computer. So it was fun while it was there, but then eventually, like, I want to say a year ago at this point, it just got cut, its funding, and it was gone. And it had a good run. I mean, it lasted for a good 5 years. And it had a good run, but it just kind of turned into cosmetics purely and nothing new. Which is the killer of games, I would say, is when there's nothing new to actually be, you know, hey, come play our game because now we have X, or we have Y, or we have, you know, 10 new characters, or this person's now rebalanced. Like, if a game stays in the same position for the next 6 years, it's gonna die. No game is perfect, especially a game that is a first-person shooter. There's going to be rebalances, and they gotta have different weapons. Otherwise, then 9 different playstyles. Like, if TF2 never got a new weapon, there'd be 9 different playstyles that'd be completely stagnant. Like, does that sound fun to you? To play the same game for that many years, literally the same? No changes ever, that would not be fun. Their games need to evolve. And granted, Overwatch doesn't have the time to sufficiently have that event happen. It's still, I hope, something that happens. Because right now, I mean, I thought I muted this kid. I'm just gonna be muting people in here. Seriously, that kid's playing Scout and he just died, so we need more engineers. Anyway, that's not important. But a game needs to evolve for it to, you know, really get better, and Overwatch doesn't have that sufficient time. I hope it does. I do sincerely hope that it becomes the next, or at least a contender, in the ring of competitive first-person shooters that are class-based. Because, you know, like, you look at the variety of games that are currently in that genre, list off a bunch that are currently active 100% of the time nowadays. TF2 and Overwatch right now. Games like CSGO aren't class-based. Call of Duty, I mean, it has a competitive scene, actually. Believe it or not, it's bigger than TF2's. Isn't class-based either. I mean, generally, I think there is probably a meta of some kind of class, like, you know, one-person shotgun and one-person LMG. You know, that kind of style. But it's not class-based. You're not like, oh, I'm going to switch to my other loadout where I have an SMG now. You know, it's going to be, you're a soldier. You're always soldier. Make it work. Yeah, I know there's a spy there. I just don't feel like dealing with him. We're literally having the team walk all over us right now. That's where TF2 has always fit a little niche for me, is because it always evolves. And another point that I was going to say there in a moment was, like, first of all, a first-person shooter has to evolve. It has to rebalance. It has to add new things. It has to remove things. It has to, you know, become better. It has to, you know, cater to where it's going over, I'm just going to stay this way forever because this way is perfect, kind of thing. You're not smart. Yeah, we're gonna lose. Oh my, why is everyone, like, starting to speak as soon as I'm done talking? Okay, I'm muting everyone on the server. You're muted, you're muted. On Swanson muted, muted, and muted. Awesome. Julio Benios. So, for like that, from like first-person shooter, it needs to get better. And then Overwatch had an interesting thing where it had to be class-based. There are no new weapons that a certain like class can have. It's always the same weapons and abilities and etc. That's always constant. There's just skins. It's purely cosmetic. How you change, or is what's different, is purely cosmetic. But they also added the ability for ultimates. So, like, you charge up an ability over time by either doing damage, by healing, etc., whatever have you, for that specific ultimate. You charge up that ultimate, and the ultimate does a specific function. For instance, the ultimate for Mercy is an area of effect of revive. So it brings everyone back to life after they die. Not like you can just pop, and then as soon as someone dies, they come back to life. No, it's like she has to use it after someone has died, and then every time they come back to life. Which is one of the reasons she's so good on defense, because you can be clutching a last point, she pops her ult, hey, they just team wiped you, except for Mercy. So they just got a 5 kill. 5k. You're all back alive. Have fun. Then they don't, because most times they have a Lucio, who is an AoE healer, but not as powerful of a healer. So things like that. And then you have someone who's like Bastion, who as Bastion is right now one of the most infinitely known as overpowered, Tank Man. He has his recon mode, which is an SMG, or an assault rifle with 20 rounds. He has a battle mode where he becomes a unmovable turret, which is pretty powerful. It's like literally like almost perfect accuracy. It's ridiculous. And then he has his tank mode, which he charges up, which deals insane damage to the surrounding area. Insane. Like, if you don't know what I mean, it's, yeah, it's up there of being like ridiculous. Redonkulous. Redonkulous, even. So, it's one of those things that's like super powerful, and he's really tanky while he does it. Hence tank. It's just one of those things that's ridiculous at this point. But he turns into a high damaging player. That's what he does. He turns into super high damage. Someone like Mei has an AoE like kind of like a stun. It's a blizzard that just freezes you in place, and then you can't move or do anything, which is kind of like, I guess it's a stun. So there's that. Junkrat pops a... Junkrat throws on a wheel. I call it the Wheel of Fortune. It's It's a tire with a bomb, and you drive it as once you put it down, then you're driving it as the player, and you detonate it, and it does a lot of damage. That's Junkrat. So they have those unique ultimate abilities for every single hero in Overwatch. So it's powerful in that sense, but that's an interesting approach. No first-person shooter has done that so far, or done anything where it's a class-based first-person shooter so far. So it's a unique idea. It needs to be balanced, though. Some player, some champion or heroes, whatever the hell they are blatantly overpowered, and that's not okay. Like, for instance, Mei has been one of the ones under a super high amount of fire lately because of her pretty much just WM1 attitude and how she plays. Which, funnily enough, I always see it as being, the same as Pyro in TF2. She's a WM1 kind of thing. Not exactly, but she does freeze people with her primary. That's what she does. So she gets kind of shit-talked all the time because of either how easy she is, but also how much damage she can do. Pyro can do that as well in TF2. So things like that are just like, okay, whatever, I suppose. But it's still stuff like that. Or like Bastion's tank mode, I think he needs to not move as fast. I think he moves actually faster when he's in tank mode, which is stupid. I mean, some of these the ultimates should be set up so they're more based around you have to use it at the right time. You can't just use it and get a team wipe. Like, that's a little bit ridiculous. Of course, someone like Reaper, whose ult is kill everyone around you, that should say the same. That's how that ultimate is. I mean, it's going to take a lot of thought, what I mean to say. And so for some of this stuff, they just have to spend the time doing it, or Blizzard does need to spend the time just doing it, over making the game, Tracer's ass more bubbly, or bigger, or whatever. I don't know. Oh, I messed that up. I was hoping to bounce off the balls. I was falling to jump over to the lower platform. Trying to be ninja. So Blizzard just have to spend the time doing that rather than making, better looking Tracer skins or making Mercy have I don't know. It doesn't, that's not what a game is. I mean, look at TF2. It took them like 8 years. 8 fucking years for them to update the player icons. Eight years for them to update the icons. Not being the icons in here, but like the class icons that show up. Yeah, no, it could. It's a long time for them to have to spend to update. Just update those, and they did that all for matchmaking. Fair, matchmaking, So a lot of things it takes a while to do small things like that. But Valve has been actively trying to make TF2 better, at least in some places. Something new at least a year. Some new game mode or new map type or something. Really, it's 20 seconds left in the frickin' game and we scramble. Anyway. So, with my 24-minute rant aside, I'd like to leave you guys with just this little note at the end here. Like I would say to anyone about any kind of advice, take it with a grain of salt. Everything I say isn't 100% right, and you're welcome to argue, or not argue, but discuss, but don't be a blind follower and just say, oh, it's going to. I mean, experience it first before you go ahead and just say that it is, the ultimatum, it's the defining moment that, one of these two was gonna live and it's gonna be the new one because the new one's always better. Because it isn't always true. That's pretty adamant. New one is not always better. I mean, a prime example would be cars. Certain models of cars that are newer than older ones aren't better. That's a completely different discussion that I don't get involved in because I'm not an auto person. I'm a computer person. So, like I said, take it all with a grain of salt. Try it for yourself. Make your own opinion on it. 'Cause I'm sure that you have your own opinion. You're all smart people. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like down below, as well as a comment, a subscribe, a like, 2 likes. 2 likes, everyone. It's the new law, 2 likes. Kidding. Just make sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment, leave a subscription, what have you. Otherwise, I will see you guys all in the next video. Take it easy, fellas. By the way, everyone, there's a stream tonight at 9:30 p.m. There will probably be a stream tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My team and I have a scrim at 9:30 on, I believe, some map. It'll be some map. I don't know what map it is. I deleted my notes from this week because I forgot that we had a stream on Monday night. But we have a stream tonight, Monday night. Be there, be square. JS Clinton will most likely upload this scrim's file from his point of view, Medic, on his channel over at JS Clinton. You can find a link to his channel on my channel. It's over on the Cool Kid channels on the right side of the screen. He is a pretty cool kid, I would say. He does make some pretty good videos. Go check him out if you want to watch all the Smoke games that we play. That are decent, that is. That aren't either total rolls, full of salt, or... yeah, basically just total rolls or full of salt. They're going to be over there on the right side. They're always there. He uploads them about the same day. And they have no pauses in them. He cuts those out, and minor editing, which is pretty sweet. So, with that said, stream tonight at 9:30, just so everyone knows.